dad was a hero firefighter until he couldn't save those kids. Now he's the monster in my nightmares. My dad was a firefighter, and when I was a kid, I thought it was the coolest job ever. I wanted to be just like him. He would come home with stories about saving people from burning buildings, and I was so proud of him. But as I got older, I started to see the darker side of his job. He would come home exhausted, covered in soot, and sometimes with burns on his arms. He would have nightmares about the fires he couldn't put out and the people he couldn't save. One night, he came home and went straight to bed. I could hear him crying through the walls. I went to check on him, and he told me about a fire he had been called to earlier that day. A family had been trapped inside, and he had tried to save them, but the fire was too intense. He could hear the children screaming for help, but he couldn't get to them. He said it was the worst thing he had ever experienced. After that, he started drinking to cope with the trauma. He would come home drunk and angry, and he would take it out on my mom and me. He would yell at us for no reason, and sometimes he would hit us. I was terrified of him. Eventually, my mom left him, and we moved away. I haven't seen him in years, but I still have nightmares about the things he did.